Hey guys, Effectral here with an episode of what I'm going to start calling How to Kind of Be a Pro at Evolve. This first episode is going to be about the Goliath. So I'll show you guys how I play as him, and it's basically just going to be one game with commentary going through. And it'll be, hopefully, be very entertaining. So to start off, I kind of went through that really quickly. I didn't really think about that when I was recording, but to start off, when I chose my starting abilities as a Goliath, I make sure I at least get 3 of them. The more abilities you have when you start off, the better. Just because, you know, it helps to have a wide set of tools when you're in your first stage and everything. That way you don't get overwhelmed by the hunters. At least you can get away. And I make sure I try and get, you know, rock throw. The leap smash is like imperative to have, and same with the charge. Just because they add to your mobility when you're playing, and like that, they don't have to be used offensively. They can be used to help you escape if need be at the start of a game. So yeah, we'll get started here, and I'll show you guys how exactly I hunt through here. Make sure one of the big things to do too when I start off, as you saw there, I kind of ran off in one direction while not sneaking, and then I turned around and I started sneaking the other direction. That'll give you just a couple seconds head start on the hunter, because they'll start following your tracks that way, and they'll probably go that way until they realize, and if they have Daisy or something, Daisy will almost will take them the other way after following the tracks for a short while. But if they don't have like Daisy or anything, they might actually even keep on going in that direction, and it'll give you a lot more time. Another important thing to do too when you're starting off is to truly make sure that you are almost always sneaking. When you're hunting other creatures and everything, it really helps just to sneak and do all that. You don't make as much noise, obviously, and it hides your tracks. And also, whenever you're running around hunting the entire time, always press your smell button or sense button, whatever they call it. You can see I'm pretty much using it every second it's up. And then you can just see everything around you. And then I'm always looking behind my back to see where exactly the hunters are on my tail. And then you can usually, if you're able to see them, you can use the walls and everything, because I'm pretty sure that the screen is usually sometimes darker for the hunters too, depending on what map also. But they can have a hard time seeing at a distance unless you're fully armored like I am right now. And then you start glowing and they're able to see you further from a distance. But you got to make sure that you use walls and everything to your advantage. I mean, because you can easily stand almost right next to hunters sometimes and they won't see you, just if you know how to move slowly and around walls. You can also, if you know you have enough distance as well, you can really try to use some of your abilities every once in a while just to kill like a whole group of creatures very quickly. And even when, like right now, I have a lot of distance from everybody, so I'm really kind of not afraid to start using my abilities and making a lot of noise, because I know I'll be able to get away quickly. And yeah. So then right now too, you don't really need to kill anything when you're about to evolve, just find a safe spot. Don't make too much noise. Then when you evolve, the next thing I try to make sure to do in stage 2 is make sure I have all 4 abilities. Then I get a little bit more utility. And then I usually upgrade the abilities I use more often, which is usually leap smash and charge. Just that way I can actually do a little bit more damage with them if I happen to get caught up with the hunters again. And another key thing to kind of keep in mind too is that when you are playing a monster, you are really powerful. Don't really be too afraid to get caught by the hunters unless you know they're really good. Because most of the time you can even pick some of them off when if you're keeping an eye on them when you're hunting and stuff, and one of them seems to track off by themselves or run off like this guy is by himself. I didn't decide to attack him or anything, but he would have been very easy to kill. And then right here, these guys obviously were just kind of grouped together. They didn't have very much voice communication, or that guy didn't do something, because that medic saw me, but they didn't chase me up in this direction, which I thought was kind of funny. I was expecting them to, and then I killed this guy here. And then I just see them like go across the other way and stuff. And I was like, oh, I guess I'll just turn around and go back that way. They're not going to find me then. Another thing too, with to help you with sneaking. After you sneak kill something and you're eating it, holding down the left trigger or something, just make sure you press B while you're holding down the left trigger, and you'll immediately go back into sneak after you're done feeding. It's really kind of helpful if you're just trying to stay quiet, and it only leaves one track after you're done eating, so it'll give you a little bit more of a stealth than normal. Alright, so now we're getting close to stage 3. Once I safely find a spot to evolve at near stage 3, after I reach that, I do not sneak at all. I just feel so overpowered that I don't... You shouldn't even really give a crap anymore about what the hunters are doing, because if even one of them tries to attack you by themselves after you've evolved to your 3rd stage, there's no way they can survive. Or even 2 of them. It literally takes all 4 of them to take you down if you are in stage 3. Found a safe spot here. And then once again, for my the stuff that I kind of spec into once I reach stage 3 is the abilities I use most often, obviously. That hunter obviously trying to get back quickly. And this guy did not know I was evolving right there. I didn't want to attack him just because after you reach stage 3, it's kind of important that you also... Because the battle can usually last a long time depending on how... The final battle can last a long time depending on how well how good the hunters are at this game as well. And how well they use all their abilities in unison with each other. And how well they communicate. So... Before you go and attack the generator or attack them, just make sure that you stock up on armor. So just run around, go kill a couple of things, and make sure your armor is full before you go attack them. It also helps if you get lucky enough to find a monster that has one of the I forgot what they're called, abilities or something, so that you can get an extra perk while you're attacking them as well. On this map, I kind of searched around for a little while and I could not find anything. So I decided to attack him with the armor, which, I mean, it's not too terribly important, but it really does help in the end if you really want to get a huge jump on him. But right now, I'm pretty lucky that they didn't take down any of my health in the first 2 phases at all. So. Final battle will be up shortly. A little bit less of a battle and more of a obliteration than anything. Then actually one of the things I forgot to tell you guys about when I started too is one of the perks I use. You slowly unlock a lot more perks as you level up. And the main one that I usually choose, because you unlock it pretty early on, it's kind of the most useful when you're hunting, is the ability to feed a lot faster. Alright, so now it's time to destroy stuff. The thing to pay attention to when you're also fighting all 4 hunters at once is if you're fighting the assault, make sure that you switch off the assault guy when his shield comes up, because it's going to be invincible the entire time the shield's up. You're not going to be doing any damage, you're going to be wasting your time attacking him. So you switch targets, and then when the support also puts their shield on another ally, make sure you switch off them and attack somebody else when that happens as well. Usually, the thing that I see a lot of monsters do when I'm a hunter is they'll keep attacking the target that has a shield on them, and that does not help them at all. Because if you do, you're not going to do any damage, and they're just taking down your health while you're pointlessly attacking something. So, yeah, it's not a smart thing to do. Another key thing as well is to make sure you keep up all of your abilities. But two of the main abilities, like I use as a Goliath and stuff, that are most important is Charge and my Leap Smash. Leap Smash does a ton of damage, especially when it's almost fully upgraded. And your Charge, it's just really helpful as a knockback and to move across. And like if one of them's trying to revive someone and you need to get back, or run to them and knock them down, you just run over them, because it has a wide like range of attack too, so you don't have to be too terribly accurate with it. And then same with the Flame Breath, that's always nice for a distance, because you saw earlier there that I like shot it around me and stuff just to make sure they couldn't hit it. Alright, so there's the game. GG. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time.